Hey everybody, welcome to the Arizona Real Estate Show. I am your host, Jeff Underwood, and I'm here with my co-host,
Joey Sampaga.
Yeah, we're bringing you the most passionate real estate show in all of Arizona. What do you think?
I think we're very passionate.
Oh, we're going to have some fun too. But so this is our first episode of the Arizona Real Estate Show podcast. We've been doing videos, and we're posting lots of videos, and we've had a lot of people watching them, which is fun. But we thought, well, let's do something else. Let's do a different media outlet to where we can do a podcast. Now, we're going to be recording these as well, so you'll be able to watch the videos. But let's do something that people can actually listen to during their commute, let's say, downtown. They can just have it on their smartphone, and they'll be able to listen to the show and get some great information about real estate.
Yeah, this is a really, really exciting time for us, Jeff, because this is something that we have not done before.
Yeah.
And, we are video guys, but we also know that you have a radio voice.
Well, I try. So what we want to do with this first episode is really just introduce to you who we are, but more importantly, the why behind us doing this video for you, and to really help keep you updated about what's happening in the marketplace. So I'm going to start, if that's okay, Joey, with kind of my why. So I'm going to take us back. I'm going to share with you my story. I'm going to take us back to 2004. My wife and I bought a beautiful home, and we moved in at the beginning of 2005. I remember 1 year later, it was February of 2006, I walked into the house, and I told my wife, I said, we need to sell the house. And you can imagine the look on her face, right? We've been there 1 year. We designed the backyard. She picked out the tile, all this stuff that goes with a new home, right? And I said, we need to sell. And she's like, why? And I said, well, the market has just gotten to a point where I just not feeling very comfortable. I had run some of the comps, some of the numbers, and talked to some other professionals about it. And they were saying that the house, Joey, was over $600,000 at the time value, which was inflated value. We all know that at this point, but
Sure.
But we talked about it a lot, and we decided, well, let's just stick it out. It was our 10-year plan, right? We're going to stay in the house for a while.
Yeah.
Fast forward that from 2006 when we talked about that to 2009. We were in an industry that got hit pretty hard after the fall, and we actually saw our income drop about 50 to 60%.
Whoa.
In 1 year. Yeah, and we had to make some decisions. So we started talking to the bank a little bit about short selling the house, unfortunately. And that house ended up selling for just over $300,000.
So that's half.
Yes, unfortunately, that was half. So my why for the show and for our videos and for our podcasting is really to help homeowners and buyers here in the Valley really understand when the best time to sell or when the best time to buy, and to help, in a way, forecast market shifts as they are happening, so that people have a little bit of a heads up before we see it shift to a really hot market versus a really cold market.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as we know, the Phoenix market is very up and down. It seems like it's never in a balanced market almost.
No.
It's always extremes. So I just really want to, the why behind me is to really keep as many families or homeowners here in the Valley from having that same thing happen to them, because it's a bummer.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, no, I have a very similar story, Jeff. Back in 2004, my wife and I, we were real estate investors. We bought houses, we flipped them, right? We bought them, we fixed them up, and then we flipped them. And we did really, really well for the first 3-4 homes. And I don't know if it's so much greed. I just figured, with all this money that we're making, and there's nothing that can go wrong with the real estate business, right? So we bought 10 properties.
Wow, yeah.
We were working on them, and then the market started to drop. Now, this is 2006, and 2006 when it started to happen, right? And we got stuck with these homes, 10 of them. So we had to short sale. We even foreclosed on several of them. And that hurt us financially big time.
Right.
And my why for why we're doing this podcast is so that other families, other people, other investors will not fall into the same things that we fell into.
Right. And a lot of the people I know here in the Valley in real estate and mortgage went through very similar situations. And many of you might have done the same thing or had the same thing happen to you where you just thought, well, it's just going to keep going up, right?
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Things are good, and you might have heard the message out there that, man, the market is hot, and this is awesome, and this is your retirement now, right? How many baby boomers do we think that were counting on 200 to 300,000 equity sitting in that house,
Absolutely.
as part of their retirement that they saw vanish pretty quickly?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So these are the types of things that we're going to be. These are the reasons why we're doing this podcast, and there are a lot of other things that we're going to be talking about in these podcasts. We are going to, some of the reasons, some of the things that we're going to be talking about are market updates. And that's to help us stay informed of the local market. And Jeff is a big numbers guy.
Yeah, econ geek.
Yeah, he loves numbers. He talks numbers, and I just fall asleep. So
yes, there we go.
Jeff, talk about some of the, I know that you did a video this past week. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the market updates, I promise not to make people fall asleep, and please don't fall asleep because I want to share good information for you so that you can make informed decisions.
Yeah, well, one thing, I just make fun, but when you do share these numbers, Jeff, it's actually pretty exciting. So
okay, cool. I do appreciate that. Thanks, buddy. Okay, so with regards to the market updates, there are about 12 different indicators that I track, and about 8 of those have a direct impact on the local real estate market. That a lot of agents have access to these things. They may not subscribe to them, or some of them just may not understand exactly how these numbers really work and how to dissect these numbers. So that's why I'm excited about sharing with it. I want to help you stay really up to date what's happening. I was telling Joey the other day, I said, well, if somebody had followed the CMI, which is the Cromford Market Index, over the last 15 years, they would have never lost. As long as they were able to sell the house during the time that the CMI number was saying, hey, you probably need to think about selling, and then when to buy again, they would have never lost. So that's one of the reasons why I want to do this. The video that I shared just this past week was the Phoenix Metro, and we were just talking about how it looks like some of the indicators are moving from a hot seller's market to more of a balanced market, which means both buyers and sellers will have a good opportunity to negotiate and get a good deal on a home.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Wow, that's good.
That's kind of what we're talking about.
It's great information, too. And you do a screencast where you actually show us the graphs that you're looking at, which is awesome.
Right. Yeah, that's something that I'm, passionate about sharing, is to show the numbers and show the charts and graphs as I'm talking about them. So going to help keep you informed on market shifts and when they're coming, when are the best times to buy and sell. And we will cover different areas throughout the valley to tell you which are the hottest and which are the coldest.
Yeah.
So we're also going to talk about real estate tips. So Joey, I'm going to let you talk about that a little bit because I know you just talked about in a video some tips about buying a new build.
Yeah, we talked about the pros and cons of buying a new build, and people should know what they are. Definitely the pro is, well, they're new, right? They're new. You don't have the odor of the previous homeowners, right?
So it has what? The new home smell. Is that what we're calling it?
That's what we're calling it. That's
that's funny.
And one of the cons is, well, the homes could be a little bit more expensive, up to 20% more because of the upgrades, the options that people may choose. But again, that shouldn't deter anyone because when you're looking at upgrading, everything else is new. Your appliances, your air conditioning, and they're much more energy efficient, right? And so you don't have to worry about the maintenance of it for a while if you maintain it properly. You don't have to buy new things because they break down like you do with existing homes. So really, if you're going to live in a home for 3 to 5 years, then it's definitely worth paying a little bit extra.
Yeah.
And then one of the things now, you'll know that I love coffee. Well, Jeff knows I love coffee, but our listeners will know that I love coffee. So I did one of my favorite recipes, and you can definitely check that out on the ArizonaRealEstateShow.com to see that video.
Yeah, he does some fun things like that too. So not only the new build tips that we're going to be sharing and what's going on with the new builds around the valley, but also seller tips like property staging and just getting a house ready to be listed, right? As well as buyer tips.
Yeah,
there are lots of buyer tips right now. I mean, because there are grant programs, Joey, that many people I talk to don't realize that are even there right now. And that's money that's given to you as a gift, basically, through this grant to help cover down payment and closing costs. And we're going to actually be covering a lot more about that.
Yes.
I'm going to, you know what, let's put a video out next week that really talks about these grant programs. So you'll be able to see it at the ArizonaRealEstateShow.com. So we're also going to cover some Q&A. So if you have any questions whatsoever, we just had somebody ask something just the other night through Facebook, actually, about the new builds. So if you have any questions, we'll do some Q&A during the podcast. We'll also answer some of those during the videos. You can always ask us questions through Facebook, or you can go straight to ArizonaRealEstateShow.com to ask us questions. Right. So tell us more about the community outreach that we want to do.
Yeah, we're going to be definitely talking about the community events that are happening in the area. So we're going to be talking about the community outreaches, the nonprofit organizations and charities that are in town. Now, you and I, we both like to serve. Our families like to serve. And we'd love for our listeners to get involved in that and to maybe join us to serve the community, to make the community, a better place to live.
Yeah. Or if you have something coming up that you would like to share with us to get the word out about a local outreach event coming up, then definitely do that.
Yeah, we will be more than happy to share it with people. Now, another thing we're going to do, which is going to be a fantastic segment, is interviews.
Fantastic.
Yeah, they're going to be they're going to be interviews. We're going to be interviewing real estate industry experts.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that'll be from people that are doing home remodeling, home repairs, maintenance, so that you can keep those homes really in tip-top shape, right? Landscaping, pool maintenance, and we'll even have some mortgage specialists on to talk even more about some of the grant programs and some of the different mortgage programs that are helping people get into homes with very little and sometimes no money down even.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I did want to mention about the grant programs, and I'll do a video, or we'll do some videos about this, is there was a recent change with one of the grant programs that really helps teachers, police officers, firemen and firewomen, and what was the other? Oh, veterans for sure.
Yes,
and then the first responders, so EMTs. And it actually gives a little extra in the grant to help them even more with their down payment and closing costs. So,
well, they certainly deserve it.
Yeah, for sure. So that's something we'll have come up. And then, you know, Joey, we have to keep it fun, so we're just going to have some fun stuff that we're going to do throughout, you know, our videos as well as the podcast. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that.
I'm looking forward to all of this exciting stuff.
Yes, for sure. Well, and we hope that you are as well, and we want you to be involved as much as possible. So what we would ask you to do now is you can go to ArizonaRealEstateShow.com. You can subscribe right there for our updates. You can also share any of this information with your friends and family that are thinking about buying or selling, or that just want to have two fun guys like sharing some awesome stuff. I don't know. You can also like us on Facebook at Arizona Real Estate Show. So we hope that you enjoyed this, and we look forward to starting our main episodes coming up very soon.
I guess it's time for us to sign off.
That's it. So from Jeff and Joey here at the Arizona Real Estate Show, you all have a fantastic week.
And God bless you. Bye now.